So I am still here. Refreshing the page on the big screen. No, that's not working. If I go to my home, let's say live. No, that's not working. Oh, there we go. I'll click on that. Are we there? I should see my hand. Hey, there we are. We're there. There's a bit of latency. I'll do a latency check, shall I? 1. There's a bit of latency. I'll do a latency check, shall I? 1. There we go. So about 8 seconds difference to the one person. Hello. Hey, you're back. Hello. How are things in Indonesia? That's really cool. Nice to see you back. I'm not really working on anything as such tonight, but I'm going to prepare. It's a race day tomorrow, so I'm going to go and put some batteries on charge and try and tidy up the workbench, and I can show you the progress of the HPI, which has been there are positives and negatives to that progress, but I'll get some things. So the first thing I'm going to do is continue to tidy off the workbench. And I do have another project that I didn't show in the last video, and I'm going to try really, really, really hard to not show my face on the live stream, which will be difficult. But I'm going to get the charger. So, well, it's a bit, there is some tangulation happening. Now, I'm probably not going to use that chap, but I might steal the cable because I will probably use, I think we've got, do we need more light on here? Because I can add more light, or I can unplug the light. I don't know. Let's see what it looks like on the stream. Because I can look on the camera on my phone, but no, that is a little bit better. I think we'll go with that. So I will just charge 4 at a time, which is still pretty good for the moment. And there is a mosquito in here. So yeah, my son has picked the cars out that we are driving tomorrow. So now I can get those charged up. So I have nothing that needs to come out of that one, which is good. But probably some that need to come out of here. I've actually been very lazy because it was my birthday last week and then I got sick. So there are things that need to actually just be charged, and there are things that need to go on to storage charge for the week. And I've just remembered there is also, no, hang on, there probably isn't. I probably have changed the tyres on it this week. That's okay. Anywho, let's, that one does need to be storage charged, so I might put that on a different charger in the other room in a moment. Hopefully I don't end up showing my face. Now with these, it's this one. I don't mind these cells. They're not a sponsor, but if they ever wanted to like send me more batteries, I wouldn't be upset. Ivonic, I have ended up buying a few of them. They're quite good, but the balance lead is very short. And I'm finding I've just ordered from AliExpress a big selection of balance lead extensions because, so I'm selecting LiPo, 2.2 amp hour, and I'm going to balance charge that. That was 8.31, so that one was probably all right. I'll put the 2 Dean's ones on over here because these will need some serious balancing, and yet you should balance charge your things while you're in the room. That is sound advice. Balance, I want 3.5 amp hours. 3.5 amp. Lovely. And then this one. Now sometimes these little MJX batteries, sometimes they don't do what we want. but that's okay. Yeah, he does want MJX tomorrow. He has picked his MJX. Now, I'm charging him my MJX battery, but that's just because it's easier than swapping over and getting his out. That's all. 1.2, no, these are 2 amp. There we go. That done. Okay. Drip wheels from the API that aren't needed. I need to get a nickel metal hydride cell, so I will go do that, and then I will talk through what we pack and how we pack. I'm going over to my battery storage, which is in a steel cabinet in the workshop. NIMH. Heave. So all the different batteries that we have are kept in bags. We keep like with like, and of occasion when we have multiples of the same, they are kept in bags inside of bags. So he is taking out a Maverick car, so I'll take a Maverick Nim-Hi out. In fact, I will take 2 Nim-His out for him, and that way it will be less complaining. I will probably take 1, possibly 2 cars. Hello. And this is the sound of completed charging. Which one is that? It's probably this one because that was already 8 point. No, it's that one. Okay. Lovely. Lovely. 1. Then what I can probably do is put the other. Okay, there's the other one. Now is the time to not get everything confused. It's not necessarily fast charging. It can do fast charging. I generally do balance charging on a Friday, and then throughout the week when I am resetting for Friday night again, I storage charge. So everything I'm doing at the moment is balance charging. This is not 3.5, it is now 2.2. So balance. And it changes depending, it puts different amounts of current through to each cell dependent on what the voltage currently is and the charge rate that you set. So right now this cell is 7.81 volts, so it is pretty much flat, but not below, storage charging. It's about, 60%. So that's going to get charged to 8.4. This one is now full, that is 8.4, so I'll stop that one. Wiggle and try not to break it. So that one's done. This one is also done, so I can stop there. That's lovely. This is my one for doing servos, for when I was setting my servo the other day. So I got my little servo tester, and this was my power unit for that, so I could set the servo to the center for the Maverick project. And it's not a LiPo, it's a LiFe. Yeah, 6.6 volt LiFe. Alright, I was getting the Schnadapter for it, which I have put somewhere where I don't know where it is, but I will locate it now. I don't actually know what the output of this is. Can I flip it over and see? What do we got? It does not say. No. It is the GT Power 100 watt times 4. So I'm guessing that actually it's 400 watts and it can either put out 100 watts to each channel, or it is actually 100 watt and it can only put out a maximum of 25 watts per channel. One of those. Right, this chap, where's my Where is my nim high? Go. Right. So we want nim high. We want 2 amps, 7.2 volts. Now that was 7.65, so that needs to come up quite a lot. That's okay. And if you know what, here we go. Here's another helpful hint. Invest in a cell checker if you don't have one. We're very spoiled. I've usually got one on the workbench as well. This was my nice one that I got from Hobby King. I don't know if they still necessarily make this particular one, but very handy thing to put in your bag or in your parts box or whatever. And then I keep one of these on the bench as well. I do usually have a multimeter around as well. But yeah, big fan of these. These are good things to keep. So one actually goes in my son's lipo bag, and I've usually got one in mine, but often my one migrates to my son's lipo bag, and he has 2, but that's okay. Right, I need a battery for my big car. Not necessarily a 3S, but a something. Ooh, yeah, that's looking the biz. I'm gonna take out my ZD Racing buggy, and I'm also gonna take out my new car, which will probably never get a review on the channel because it was an expensive gift, and it doesn't fit in with the purview of the channel. Oh heck, I was probably very close to showing my face. I'm trying not to, but I might take that. The big car is the Sen Racing 1/8 scale Ford Puma. And it was my birthday present for my dad, who arrived in my town last week. He's been staying with me ever since. And he's staying because we are both going to a funeral tomorrow, which is being held at the school that I work at, for a local person who was very involved in many community things. So we are both going to his family memorial funerally doodaddy thing. I have realised I've left a lot of stuff inside, so I can't do all of the batteries now. But while that's going, sounds very productive, doesn't it? Let me get some projects. Is that the compressor one? Oh, lovely. That'll do us. Okay, project number 1 that I can show and update is here. On the bench, somewhere there. I'm just going to move tools out of the way so that it becomes less of a hazard and everything. Now this is not anywhere near completed. I need new body pins. These are 3D printed body pin extensions, and they obviously make this way too high. But this is an M chassis Tamiya. It's I think this is an MO1 chassis, and I'm not sure the brand of the body, but it's a Ford F100 pickup truck body with a 210mm wheelbase, and this is my indoor M chassis racer type car with my terrible body pins because they've already been cut and they're too small to fit through the holes that I've already got there. So it's a bit of a nuisance. I've got to try and get some different ones which screw onto the front there. And I think that's a Tamiya part. And it's just a bit of a pain, bit of a nuisance to get everything going, but I bought the chassis secondhand off of Facebook Marketplace. I've put bearings through it. It's just a regular silver can motor, cheap servo, cheap speed control, and oh, hello, it's all come off. It didn't work very well. Cheap double-sided tape as well, by the look of it, but that's okay. Let me get this off. Oh, hello. Well, that was my body pins that fell off. There we go. They were sort of shoved down there. Need some cable management. I think what I was going to do was maybe try and cable manage up here somehow and sort of tie these out of the way. And get ready for that with my body. The dog is now barking because why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he bark at this time of night? So they were good for getting it fitted, but really not what I want. Oh, there we go. The air compressor stopped. Oh, sorry, my apologies if the sound is disappearing. I would love to get a Bluetooth mic. I'm currently streaming from my phone. I think you can get a little wireless mic thing to go with it. I'm very sorry that my sound is disappearing. That's kind of where I want the body to sit, almost. Sort of very, very nearly there, but anywho, there's a bit of plastic left on that. Work left to do. And it probably didn't help that I had the air compressor going in the background from blowing off this body. So I do apologize, sir. The Tamiya, not the Tamiya, the HPI. Here's the HPI. It's looking a little bit more complete, and if you'll allow me the pleasure of taking you through what's happened, I will do so. Where are my fancy tools? I don't know where I put them. They were under here, weren't they? Oh, it's on, and there. It's hiding. This is a nice little set. I know that RC people are all about, your hoodie tools and that kind of stuff. This was okay. This set has been pretty good for what it was and what it cost. And I think it was only $20. And everything, it's the standard hex, so it can go in your electric screwdrivers and whatnot. And I use this more for than doing. Oh. So when I took this apart and had a look at the gear inside this, I was quite surprised. There's a pick. Does pick work? Let's see. Let's pick it out. Yeah, no. Alright, will it? I had a flat prying screwdrivery tool. I don't know where it's gone. Oh dear. And I keep leaning forward. Right into the view of the camera. Hold on. I found a spudger for spudging things. The Unlimited Innovation, the opening tool. And so we should be able to unlimitedly innovate this section out. So you can see in here, this gear is lovely and new. That's very little wear on that at all. But what you probably also can't see is that my pinion gear on my motor is just nowhere near where it needs to be to mesh. There's about 5 millimeters of difference, and that is the biggest pinion gear that I had at 27 teeth. because mostly in Tamiya's I'm gearing down because we drive on a short track indoors. We want acceleration. So 27 tooth isn't big enough. I've had to order a 34 tooth to be able to mesh with this, which according to the book is the smallest that will go with this gear set. And I did go through all the stuff from when I got it, and no, there were no gears hiding in there. But the motor mount is kind of cool. This bar at the top is just a clamp, so if I loosen it somewhat, plentiful. So now this can twist and shout, and then it's very difficult for me to show you, but I can sort of tilt it as far in as it'll go, and it is still not making any contact. It's twisted in all the way. If I twist it out all the way, no, twist it in all the way, and even there it is still, I would say at least about 3 millimeters clear of even touching the teeth. So I am awaiting said new gear, and then hopefully this will be an fully driving concern, which would be nice. Yeah, it's a plastic pinion, plastic spur gear on a metal pinion. I don't know whether that's... It reminds me very much of the Tamiya setups, that they use a metal pinion and a plastic spur gear often. So I guess it's proven to work. And it probably means that when your gear train wears, it wears that spur gear before everything else. If you had all metal gears, then your failure points could be sort of equally catastrophic anywhere. If you have a metal gear chewing up a plastic gear before more metal gears, chances are the plastic gear is like collateral damage, and much cheaper and less invasive to replace than going through your entire setup. But if you were doing this for a job, if this was your tools, well, of course you'd want all metal stuff set up. But yeah, I have put a servo in. I did finally mount up the servo. I had to use a 3mm cap head screw to do that. These are just the tires from the Citroen. They're just Tamiya tires. They've got very terrible glue on them. They peel off very easily, so I may even peel them and re-glue them. But I did find... Where did I find tires the other day? Oh, in my drawer. I have a drawer of stuff. And these are a little bit more sort of... I think these are from the Ford Focus, so they might look better on there. Certainly the tires themselves might be more suited, but yeah, we shall see. What other projects are on the go? Actually, I do have another project that I have a video about. Let me get the other project. Just oh, there we go, another one done. That one, lovely. That one's done. Choke. And that one, put that one on. Now this is only a 1.8, so have to be aware. Oh, they are toasty. That one's an 8.1. That one's at 8.37, so that'll be done very soon. I'm just going to move these off the bench as well. And because more batteries, I love radio control things, but I'm getting tired of more batteries. More and more batteries. These are little cells from my son's radio controlled boat that he got the other day. My dad, brought something up for my birthday. Having an 11-year-old, can't come without something for him. So he found, it's a UDI boat. UDI make the little cool 1/16 drift cars as well. And they also made this really cool little boat. So it came with 2 batteries with a weird little Tamiya connector on a balance thing. So I have to charge them with my little mini Tamiya dongle. Put that in here. I can put that around that way. And then that one on there. It's all about the adapters, but usually because you charge at low current, it's okay. However, sometimes you do have to be careful about any assumptions you make about polarity with some of these off-branded batteries, particularly if they are if they've got little 2-pin keyed JST. That one. These are 1100 milliamp. Oh, hang on. No, I don't want that. I want stop. I want LiPo, but I don't want balance. I want storage. So that will discharge this to 7.62 or charge it to 7.62. Yeah, I was going to show you the other project. This is long term because I'm still trying to find parts for it. But I made a video about this, and I still have the Roadrunner. Tires aren't so bad. I think I can get them. The body is mostly there, I think. Shall I move the camera to try and encapsulate some of the Roadrunner? Let me see if I can oh wait, is that all right? Okay. So I bought this secondhand. Well, my brother had one when we were kids. It has got a very tiny 390 brushed motor. It has got some gearbox stuff, some differential gear. It's only 2-wheel drive. The tires are pretty bad, but they're okay. It doesn't have a steering servo. I believe it's missing a battery cover, but the battery cover is the same as the Tamiya Hornet, so I think I can 3D print one. I've got a few other bits and pieces. I've obviously got most of a second chassis. I'm going to put an electronic speed controller in it. I've got some servo horns and stuff, but the servo horn is already on it. I do just need a servo to stick in here. The front tires are probably okay. The body screws in, I think. And I think this is where my biggest challenges were, that I wanted to try and sort of brace up these broken sections of the body a little bit. So I was thinking either some epoxy, so there's a break there, or maybe even solvent weld it and put maybe some cloth, like a bandage, just to try and reinforce it a little bit. But yeah, I think it'd be a cool little car to, I obviously wouldn't be racing it, but a cool little car to take out and just drive around. My brother had one, and on Christmas Day, the taxi company, which was also running 27 MHz receivers at the time for their radios, a taxi drove past on Christmas Day. His car bolted out into the road, and it got run over. Mostly survived, but it cracked the housing for his transmission, and then back in the 1980s, these kind of bits, you know, were probably available at high cost from the supplier, but we had one toy shop in town, and they were happy to sell the cars but not the parts. So yeah, I need to order. I do have an ESC, I think. I think I've got an electronic speed control for this. Doesn't need to be a very good one because I'm only going to run a NIM high in it. But I think I do have a retro Tamiya speed control. But I think the problem with this one is that you need, it doesn't communicate with modern receivers, with 2.4 gigahertz receivers. So I probably wouldn't be using that. But what else have I got in my drawer of bits? I do have I've got this one that would do nicely. This is just a generic AliExpress knockoff of a well, apparently it's a Surpass 60 amp brush, so much the same as my other one. I think this is not a genuine one, but I'm sure for the interest of this it would go nicely in there, and it would power that perfectly well, and we could get it driving. So I think what I should probably do is, I don't know whether it's the kind of video that people want to see on my channel, but maybe I would do it over a live stream, is a bit of repair on here, and yeah, that'll be cleaning assembly, and I think it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to doing this. What I really would like to be able to do is repair it and give it to my brother. I think that would be really cool. I don't think it would necessarily make a topical video, but I would like to do that. And I don't quite remember how I got these bits. I think these went down here. And that went somewhere like this, maybe, perhaps. I think maybe that kind of sat on there. That went down there. There we go. So yeah, there's another project. Big fan of that one. Right. I was going to get some batteries. I don't know how to go get. I'd love to show my. Let me just see what I can do here. I would like to be able to show my battery storage, which is over there. My wife is messaging. It's up in the top corner, but I'm going to try to put my hood up so you can't see my face. I'm going to go and get some more oddball batteries. So you can see that I am still here. I'm not run off. I've not disappeared. Small 2 cells. These. Yes, that's the ones that I want. Lovely. Okay. And I'll reposition the camera a little bit over here again. And maybe a little bit. Oh, that's probably all right. As long as I'm taller than the camera. I think they've apparently all got something on them. So my son wants to take out his WL Toys buggy tomorrow. I don't know whether I should just honestly give him this one to drive. Oh, sorry. The 144010. Maybe I should just charge up some cells for that. But what I probably will do, these are for the A959. And I think these will also be good for my little Charisma buggy, or not buggy, little Charisma rally car that I've got. So, and I'm planning on doing a video about that in the very near future. So I'm going to put this one back in here because I don't need him anymore. I'm going to start writing a list down of the things I need to buy for the Roadrunner. Because even if it's not a... pardon me, sorry, it's a very late night for us tonight. There we go, 2, that's done. Pull out the balance lead first, Jim, and pull out that one. There we go. Even though it's a very late night for us, I've got brain fart. I'm not sure what my brain's meant to be doing. I'm just gonna get a bit of paper and a pencil so I can write down what we actually need to get. I do keep bits of paper and pencil around because originally this bench was built just as the RC bench, but it's now going to be sort of the main thing in the workshop. So you will see other things from other parts of the workshop at different times. So this is Roadrunner. Okay, some kind of servo, some kind of receiver. Probably a Dumbo, because I think I've got a spare Dumbo 6-channel. But then again, I might end up just swapping and putting this HPI receiver in it. So I probably got something that I could use there, but definitely a servo. Metal gear, it would be a cheap, 6 kilo or something like that. Doesn't need to be quick. 6 kg metal. I've already got an ESC, so that's good. Then it's really just some glue and some kind of, I think we use, oh my goodness, what is it? Crepe bandage. Is it crepe bandage? Crepe bandage. And that should be, oh, and I need a battery cover. And it's a Hornet. So that's something I could do. Is I've got black PETG loaded in my 3D printer, so I may well go and 3D print one. How much is the WL Toys? Sorry, dude, that one, that WL Toys. This one was, you can get it cheaper. This one was $101, and I think, to be honest, I think they took me for a ride. And I'm gonna have to get the dog in because the neighbors are gonna be very upset at him barking. One moment. Billy, come on. Come on. You're bothering people. Come on. Come on. In you come. Right. Stay in here. Right. Be good. Be good. Hold on. I'm going to have to close the door. Will this kill the Wi-Fi? We don't know. I'm going to leave a tiny bit of a crack. Hopefully this stream will survive. So yeah, this was $101. And it's fine. It's an okay car. For $101 you get a motor and an ESC, and the shocks are pretty bad, and the steering gear it's probably all right. He'll probably enjoy it. I should clean the tires, but I'm not going to for him. If he wants to drive it like that tomorrow, I shall allow him. But I will put some body pins back through. I'll tell you what though, I always buy a little spare collection of body pins because, R-clips I should say, because they come in so handy. Okay. But yeah, I do have black, there it goes again. And stop. Okay, that one's done. Lovely. I've got black PETG loaded into the 3D printer. So I could 3D print a battery cover tonight, and I'm quite certain I've seen the model for the cover for the Hornet quite a few times in my existence. No, that's not the one I want. That's not the one I want. Well, it is, but it isn't. I need the adapter, don't I? I need a spare one of these. Now, one of these has gone missing, and I've got no idea where it's gone to, but never mind. Oh, hang on. In that one. Nope. thought that was... Oh, it is moving. It's moving. Okay, look, can do that. I can put that one in there. I don't really like doing adapters on adapters for batteries, but sometimes needs must. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I was complaining about it was $101 Australian. I don't know if that makes it any better or not. I'm not a big fan of that buggy, but a little A959 that I wish I could go into the house and get, but I would have to leave you in no man's land on the stream. They were $59 when I bought them last year, and I bought a couple of extra batteries since then as well. Stop, because it's the wrong chemistry. All right, 7.71. There we go. All right, that one is finished. Okay, now what I should be doing is swapping this one. There we go. Swap that adapter for this adapter and then get the other one going, because I do know I need both of those in the morning. And to be fair, I'm going to take 2 batteries for my ZD Racing, and I'm going to take 1 for the Sen Racing Puma, because all I want, I won't get lap times with that. I won't be able to race it. I'm just going to drive it around like a lunatic, and that's fine. LiPo balance. Okay, so that one is charged. Now I keep all my batteries in kind of different categories of bags. So like these are all for Armour Typhon Grom, which I have to say, if you were buying a beginner's buggy and you had the money to buy, like you wanted something that was good and durable and not, you know, doesn't really suffer from cheap, nasty stuff, the Armour Typhon Grom is really good. But it was $249 Australian. You can get them cheaper. There are sales that happen. My son bought it because, well, he saved all his pocket money for a year and that's what he wanted to buy when he got to the shop. And the people at the shop had a ramp set up for him to try it out on out the back. So you can imagine what that did once he got a few jumps on the ramp. Did he want to buy anything else? No. He did not want to wait for something to come from AliExpress. He wanted to leave that shop. Very good marketing with an Armour Typhon Grom. And my gosh, he did. Did he ever? All right. But I call these are like oddball lipos. And I do have a bag just for them. I usually try and sort them by connector. And I don't mean like balance, but I mean the actual, you know, whether it's a Dean's or an XT60 or a Tamiya. Often with lipos, I don't get Tamiyas. They're probably the only 2. Tamiya very common for the nickel metal hydride, but not lipos. So what I end up doing is putting all my oddball ones together. So I can generally tell you what they're for just by having a quick glance at them. I also have these so that when I'm charging, if I'm at an actual place that requires you to have LiPo bags, that you put each battery in its own bag while it's charging. So let me just see what we've got in here. Okay. This is my pet hate with radio control cars. There is no need for this connector to go on a battery. This connector is absolute nonsense, and I'm tired of companies using this. This is, and if you're hearing me, WPL, because you're the ones that do this, stop, all right? And who's the other one? LDRC. No, JJRC are also doing this nonsense on their rally car, and I refuse to buy your car because of it. All right? Get rid of these connectors. They're nonsense, because people with chargers like this then are locked into your crappy little USB charger for what? It doesn't do anything better than doing that. I'm sure that is as cheap as you can get. Just do that. Just freaking do that. All right, anyway, so that's the WPL Suzuki, what's it called? It's a little Suzuki pickup truck, the little K truck. So that is my son's one of them. And why that irritates me, I will explain, because not so long ago, in fact about a year before, WPL sold this. And they've decided that is costing them way too much money. Let's do that. Now I get these of all the LiPo or all the JST connectors, these are my least favorite. I really dislike these, but they are still orders of magnitude better than that. WPL. Go back to that, because that is so much easier. I can make a lead for that. I can make bugger all for that. Anyway, sorry. And sometimes I have little, particular LiPos and stuff that, that's just a bit of an oddball, because I don't think it really fits in anything. I think we might have used it once in a little buggy, but I should put it in with my XT60s, to be fair, because otherwise it won't get cycled or used. Oh, there we go. And then another thing I do is that if I've got one that's this balance lead is knackered, what I should really do is just throw this battery away, but I'm cheap, and I keep thinking I can just crimp that again and put that back on, but really, that's for the little 1/16 cars. What ones are they? The UDI 1/16 that go through receivers like there's no tomorrow, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend them either. But if in doubt, put it somewhere safe. What I should be doing is actually binding that up with tape. Let me get some tape, so it remains insulated. Yeah, it does. It remains insulated, yeah. But the thing about these little connectors, they came out on airsoft, like pellet shooting toys a couple of years ago, and when you buy the connector, it's actually, if you buy them from the wrong place, can you see what's happened there? If you put them around the way that they're wired when you get them, they are wrong, and they will blow up your charger. Ask me how I know. And I bought about 200 of these, and so every time I have to use one, I have to make sure that I remember to wire it up the wrong way, which is a pain in the ass. But still, better than that. Anywho, right, what was I doing? Oh, I grabbed the thing for that. Let me get some tape, some insulation tape, so I can insulate the cables. I will insulate them now. Hair insulator. I only need to put a tiny bit on them, just to keep the balance lead from becoming uninsulated. There we go. It's not going to do much difference at all, but there we go. Pop it back in there. And if you're getting rid of LiPos, don't just snip through the cables, cut them off at different lengths. And then what I do is have a bucket of cold, salty water, heavily salted water, and throw the LiPo in. Don't put it in the bag, just throw the battery in the salty water and leave it there for approximately, I don't know, a week. And usually it's okay after that. It will be all right. Okay. I am talking much nonsense now. And what do we got? 7.97, 8.38, 7.95. So let's put the Ovonic on charge. Ovonically. Now somewhere I have got a 3S extension cable, so I can charge the 3S cell without having to bust my wires. Here we go. I do hope that I am keeping my face out of the camera. I'm sorry that look, that's what I don't get about RC cars though, is like when people say, oh, I've got a really, this is the best beginner's RC car, and it's like $900. And I genuinely go, who the hell thinks that is a beginner's RC car? Because it is not I. I'd love to be able to borrow this battery and put it in the Ford. That would be fun. Now, storage charge. We are not taking the armor out tomorrow. No, it's going to be very close. It's going to take it down to 11.6, and it's already at 11.7. So we're pretty good. Hello, 5 people watching. There are 5 whole people watching. That's pretty cool. 5 people watching. Feel free to subscribe. This is DadSpecRC. I'm the dad, and my name's Jim. And this channel is about cheap RC cars. So even though I might reference things that are expensive, the only cars that I test and review on this channel are under $200 Australian. And if you're a radio controlled car company and you want to send me something, if you don't bother trying to send me anything expensive, I won't review it. I'll gladly accept it, but I won't review it. I might make a short of driving it around. But it's got to be under $200 Australian, and that's doesn't have to include. Hello, bro. Edit Zvar. You edit things. Hello. Hi. Anyway, that's nice to see you here. So yeah, I will not. I'll happily take your things, but I won't review them. I'll drive them instead for my own enjoyment. What was I up to? I don't know. Bloody harping on. I'm going to go in a minute and try and sort out the battery cover for the was it Roadrunner? I've got brain issues today, and I don't mean that in a very insensitive way. I genuinely mean that I'm having great difficulty functioning at this time of night. I've been up since, well, I have been up early today. I'm wandering over to the battery storage cupboard to put this XT60 in the XT60 bag. So I'm still here. You will hear the audio going a little bit distant, but I am still here, I promise. That's Dean's, where the other one's the XT60 bag is here. There they are. Lovely. What's that? That's drone batteries. Okay. Whereabouts in the world are you, bro Editsvar? Are you in the United States or the UK? Because it does seem there is a very large radio-controlled car audience there. And maybe by your name. Maybe that's where you're from, I don't know. It's why that I have students that call me bro all the time. But if I said it to them, they'd be saying, I'm not your bro. So that's irritating, because I teach high school. High school is basically getting paid to go in and be, verbally abused for 40 hours a week. And then come home and think of nice ways to write how illiterate someone's child is. Never mind. Okay. We're getting there now. What's that? That's oh, they're the armor. They're the armor ones for the Typhon Grom. That's the dodgy one. See, I'm slowly putting things away now. Get a system for storing your cables and things and try and stick to it. There's advice from me. Right, that's done. I did solder on the wires from the motor for the car the other day. That was good. Ah, I was looking for that. And that. And those. I'll show you this. I tried to make a tap for my motor mount. So I got a little screw and I cut some slots in it with a Dremel. And then I tried to screw it in and I thought I was making progress. And then it just turns out, no, I wasn't. I was just stripping the threads off of this little crapoleum screw. So I am very glad you're still here as well. And I would love to know the correct pronunciation of your name. So I don't just try and stumble through it all the time. But I will happily will stumble through it. All right, Irrawandodi, Irrawandodi. Could I say it really quickly, as if I'm... You know that thing that people do? I don't know if anyone else notices this, but this is a very Anglo thing to do. All right, it's a very white person thing to do, is when they don't know how to say someone's name, they will just say it as quickly as they can to try not to look stupid. That's my strategy too. So oddball 2S. That's an oddball. These are oddballs. All right. Which one finished? Which one has finished? Yay, the big one. Big one for the big car. Yeah. Should I do him a 2S for the other WL Toys buggy? Should I be nice? Should I be a good dad and do that? He's probably going to wind up inheriting the buggy anyway because he likes buggies and it's not really my thing. Okay. I'll do it. I'll do one. Okay, I'll get one for him. For I have to say my favourite connector. Can you have a favourite connector? My favourite connector is the Dean's connector. It's so ubiquitous. It's easy to install. It's easy to solder. You know, if somebody said, like, what's the one connector you would... If you could make all your cars one connector, I would go for the Dean's. I just think it works so well. So I'll do one or two. I'll do one because this is a bonus car. Because what I think is going to happen is that he's going to get the A959 out tomorrow. He's going to drive it for about 3.5 minutes and realise something isn't working properly. And he's going to get really despondent. Then I can sling out the 144010. And people think I'm just talking in binary when I say things like that. The 144010 rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? But that's okay. I really want a coffee, but I've drunk too much coffee today and I have upset my stomach, which is bad in my life, in my line of work. Because I was out working in the great outdoors today, which is a nice thing to be able to do. Working with students renovating a house. I get a lot of students who are looking to become carpenters or electricians or, you know, plumbers, and we take them out of school on a Friday every week, and the local government gives them a house to renovate, and they pay for the builders and tradespeople to come and work with them, and the year 11 students do all the work. So they get a lot out of it. So in the first 4 weeks, they have taken up and replaced all the floors in the house. They have taken down all the ceilings. They've demolished a kitchen, a bathroom, and taken all the like the skirting boards and stuff off. They're going to they've demolished the back part of the house. They're going to jackhammer up all the concrete around the house, and then they're going to relay everything, replace the kitchen, install bathroom, learn how to tile. They're going to put down they've already put down new flooring. They're going to replace every window in the house. They've got to brick up one window and move it along. They're going to replace all the fascia boards. They're going to replace all the guttering. And then that house is going to get rented out to someone else in the community who, you know, can't afford to buy a house, and so they rent one off the government. And those houses rent for, I don't know, about $200 a week where I live. Which I don't know, you know, in context for the rest of the world. Like, Australia is so lucky in that regard that they have social housing, and it's quite ubiquitous. It's quite freely available. But yeah, that's so they will renovate the house over the whole year, and it's a whole house. All right, I am putting things back. Voice cutting in and out, but still putting things back. Oh, I really wish I had my chair that I could sit down or lean over. I don't think I need my failed attempt at a tap. I tried to make a video about my failed attempt at a taps, but I didn't really do much with it. Hello, Bill. Oh, I know you're very upset that we're not inside eating chips. Phew. Okay. I mean, really, should I be keeping this body if it's got holes in it and stuff? I think my son would be upset if I got rid of it, but I also don't see any point as to keeping it. Alright, where are we up to? 8.25 volts, 8.25 volts, 11.65, so that's nearly done. 7.97, it's got a little bit to go. So we've got 3 charging, and you can see the current. Can I move this so you can see? Would you like me to do that? Yeek. Let me see if I can get it over there. Can you see? So we've got this channel, we've got the current charging rate. So it's charging at 1.3 amps, which is 1S, 1C. So we're up at 8 volts. So what will happen is, as this is the time, as that slowly goes down, you know, as the state of charge goes up, the current being pumped into it will go down, so it tapers right off. Let me go to the next one. So this one is currently charging at 1 amp still, so that is this one here. 1 amp going into that one, 8.28 volts. There we go. This one is 900 milliamps now at 8.27, so I'm guessing that one's not far away from dropping off. This one is down at 300 milliamps because we're at 11.65, and this is discharging, so that's the current discharge rate. It's only been going for 11 minutes. I can never remember what that number is for, but there we go. This is the wonders of the charger, and you just got to make sure you don't accidentally hit the stop button. So there, that's the way of things. Hello, third person that's joined. I'm sorry, bro editsvar, that I don't know where you are from. Can I click on your name in the chat? Can I do that? Maybe I should do that. Where's my mouse pointer gone? Can I? Ah! I've had Windows widgets come up. Hang on. Oh, I can. Will it take me to your channel? Open, no. No, I don't want the image. I just want, oh, hang on, there's 3 dots. Hold on. What do the 3 dots do? Come on, 3 dots. Open frame in new tab. What is it? No. Can I copy? Maybe I can, maybe I can like, check the name. Maybe I can, I don't know what I can do. If I go YouTube, can I paste it in there? Maybe. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my God, one of my videos has just been recommended to me. That's weird. Dun, 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 dun. I can see your channel. How many videos have you got? Let's see. Oh wow! Hey, these are really cool. I think I know that soccer player. This is Ronaldo. Okay. Okay, there's some more about the channel. Got more subscribers than me as well, dude. That's really cool. Well done to you. Only been at, wow, look how, you've only been at this for that long and you've already got more subscribers to me. You go, man. That's really cool. Oh, Salmat Tagi. Does that mean you're in Indonesia as well? Is it Salmat Tagi? Is that, am I saying it right? Is that Indonesian? My wife did tell me the other night, and is it, I don't know. It looks like he's got it written on his shirt. Maybe I've got it wrong. Anywho, I'm sure that was that the greeting in Indonesia? Salmat. Is that wrong? Have I said the wrong thing? Have I just made a horrible faux pas? If I have, I do apologize. I thought it was like is it? I thought it was 2 words. I don't know. Oh dear. What have I said? Oh no. Have I said something I'm never going to live down? Oh, Selamat Pagi. Oh, there we go. Selamat Pagi. Okay. Definitely. What did I say? Did I say something worse or just sounded like a 2-year-old who can't speak? I'd almost rather that than if I found out I'd said something like, I don't know, can you please inspect my nether regions or something? That would be very bad. Very, very bad. See? That's my wife saying you should always try and speak in someone's language when you meet them. I'm like, yeah, until you look like a fool. It's okay. Oh, thank you. You're very gracious. Very gracious, sir. Or, sir, man, I don't know, sir, ma'am, whoever you are. Very gracious citizen of the internet for that. What are we up to? 10:50. I'm just waiting for these to charge. I'm actually running out of life force waiting for these to charge. 11.62. That one's going to go off very soon. 8.4 and 8.39. Which of these 3 is going to go off first? Oh, it's only about 7:30 at night. That's very good. We could do like a shout out for anyone that can guess which of these 3 batteries is going to go uncharged first. This one. So we got channel 1. What did I say? 1, 2, or 3. Which do you think? Comment which you think. Salamat Malam. So I should be saying Salamat Malam. Can I write that down? So when I say good night, I will say that. I'm going to write it. I'm going to try and write it on my notepad of things. Salamat. When I'm doing Duolingo, I have to write the thing and then write the translation underneath as well. So I'm guessing that the Salama is the good. So like good morning, good, right. Pagi morning, Malam night. That's very cool. I'm gonna do that. You wait. But I think Bro Edits is also in Indonesia. Oh, which one was it? Which one was it? It was. Guesses in. Guesses for which one it was. One of them beat. Was it 1, 2, or 3? Which one do we think? I actually already know it isn't. Which one isn't? Wait. I'm waiting. 3, you think 3? Okay, let's check. Let's check. All right, we are on. That was 1, 2. You are correct, sir. Shout out to you, man. You got it right. You are correct, Amundo. Hit stop the presses on that. You are the winner. You win the love and adulation of this channel. Oh, hello. My work, same like you. What are you? Are you a school teacher? No, Surely not. I bet you've got a good job. I bet you've got a good job. You know what I wish I did? I wish I was a plumber. I wish I was a plumber. And that I always tell the students, if you become a plumber, you deal with less shit. I don't tell. Well, I do kind of tell students that now because I have high school students and they swear enough at me. Oh, that's all of them gone off. That one and that one. Oh, look, it was so close. Whew. Man, I don't know if I can... No, you're fine in English. Your English is far better than my Indonesian because you're actually carrying on a chat. And I can't even say good hello, good evening. That's pretty cool. Well done. Let's see. Shall we do predictions about how long this one has got to go? What should we do? Voltage predictions. Remember, we're aiming for 8.4. Aiming for 8.4. Here we go. I'll swing it down. Can we see the voltage there? Okay. So on this channel, this one here, we are aiming for 8.4 volts. What are your guesses? Put your guesses in the comments where we're up to. I think it was about 8.29 when we last looked. And there's nothing else charging now. That does impact it because all of the power can go there. Hello, Billy. I know it's very exciting dog. Comment your guesses. How many volts? We want 8.4. That's the final number. What are we at? It says 11.1 because I don't have that channel selected right now because I'm trying to hide it. Trying to hide it for the excitement value. What do you think? We could play Guess My Voltage. We could, there would be a good game. That would be a good game. I could use a little voltage checker. I could get that out and just go and pick a random battery. And to guess my voltage. Put your voltage guesses in the comments. All right. 2. No, I think it's going to be more than that. Here we go. Ready? 8.2. Oh, gee. And then we use these buttons. We can scroll through and see the different cell voltages because it's balanced charging. 4.1 and 4.1. Perfectly in balance. That's nice, isn't it? Just don't press stop when you want to get out of this, but this will also tell you like 98% full. There you go. You can also have you can talk about your capacity cutoff. You can have your safety timer. There's a temperature cutoff. Tells you the internal temperature of the battery. There we go. 21.4 volts being drawn in at the moment. There you go. 11 watts. What? All right, there we go. 8.22. I'm gonna move away from that now. There we go. I'm gonna put it over there, so we don't know what it is. And the dog really wants me to go to bed, but that's okay. Sam Sudim Hashim. Now, did I say that correctly or what? Sam Sudin Hashim, because oh yeah, it was. How many volts? It was my question. Sorry, my bad. Let's say how many volts. How many volts will this be up to? We'll go back to it in a minute and see how many volts that cell will be up to. But I've realized there is a hell of a lot of lag in my chat on the YouTube, on the short. So on the thing. Oh, hang on, no, it's not because what? The dog's very much having a dig at me here. The dog is getting very upset at me. Can I still see the thing? Yeah, I can still see it. Okay, ready? Let's go for volts. How many volts in this battery right now? I'll do like a 1 minute countdown before we crack open the timer. Here we go. Or crack open the channel to see where it's up to. So it must be 50 seconds. 40 seconds. 35, 34, 33, 31. This needs to be 8.4. So it was close to 8.2 last time. Where do we think it's up to now? This is why I'm a shite teacher. 30 seconds to go. Somewhere near 8.4. Let's say 20 seconds. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Oh, 8.26. Very close. Okay, so I think we might have established that Guess My Voltage is a bit of a shit game, but maybe it's because we've not been playing it right, because I've just realised we've got a bag, right? That sounds wrong. Got a bag with some lipos in it of unknown voltage, because I don't remember which one of these I charged and which one I didn't. So, come on, guess my voltage. Here we go. Here's contestant number 1. It could be like a dating game. Contestant number 1 is a 7.4 volt, 1100 milliamp, 8.4 watt hour rechargeable lithium ion battery. He likes you to follow all precautions before use, keep away from damp and corrosive environments or heat, disconnect the power cord and unplug after using, and not to charge the battery when it bulges or expands. He likes to let you know that improper use of batteries may lead to danger and never leave charging batteries unattended. Use the UDI-RC charger only. No thanks, UDI-RC, because we aren't charging, we're playing Guess My Voltage. Okay, here we go. Guesses in the comments. What is the voltage of this battery? The winner receives the love and adulation of the internet. Are we ready, everyone, to play? Oh, you're eating. This is a test round. It's a test round. It's okay, dude. This is just a dry run of how it'll go. So we'll plug it in, right? What are you eating? Is it good? Is it a good snack? It's 7:30. It must be dinner. 2 cells, all 7.83. There we go. If you guess 7.83, you would be the winner. Right, here we go. Here is cell number 2. Cell number 2 is also a 7.4 volt, 1100 milliamp hour rechargeable lithium ion battery. He also likes all the same things, but may have been recharged earlier this evening. It's time to play Guess My Voltage. Here we go. Guesses in the comments, please. 8.4 when fully charged, 7.62 at storage charge, and who knows where in between. 7.6, so that is a good guess. Here we go, let's go. Da, 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 da. 2 cells, all 7.64. You are the winner. Yeah! Yeah! I don't know. In that is sign language for like round of applause. At school, we used to do like that, fairy claps. And then we did that. That's a fairy audience going off. Well done, well done. You've won Guess My Voltage. Join us next week for another exciting round of Guess My Voltage. All right. Yep. I'm officially cooked, I think. I'm done for this evening, you wonderful people. I don't think I've done an hour-long stream for a very long time, so thank you very much for that. And I will see you on the next one. Now, from all of us here at DadSpecRC and Guess My Voltage, allow me to say, Salmat Malam. And I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. Salmat Malam, everyone. Good night. Oh yeah, I've got to do the awkward pause thing. Hold on. I'll redo that in a second. Come back. There we go. Oh no, it's because I have to do it on here. All right. From everyone here at Guess My Voltage and DadSpecRC, Salmat Malam, everyone. Awkward moment.